say that much. Go ahead.
I'm excited, man. I got on the dog pound. My friend Eugene Lodger started, man. We played high school ball together, and I saw it on live. I'm so tickled about this, man, because I suggested it 2 years ago when they hired Moorhead. Just to my circle of people, you know what I mean? I Facebooked it and Twittered it, and I wanted Mike Leach or Bobby Petrino. I liked him at Arkansas. Well, originally at Louisville. I want somebody that's going to open the offense up, man. We had Dak. Dak, arguably, at his age, is the best quarterback in the NFL right now. In my opinion.
All right. So before we run out of time, we've been talking about the Mike Leach hire, and we are all excited, but we do have to wait and see what type of staff he's going to bring, what kind of defense are we going to have, because, you
guys have a good night, man.
Thank you so much for calling in. Make sure you call in next week when we have a show as well, because we like to have people call in and talk football with us. So I guess we're going to wonder who's going to be on the defense staff. So, I guess we have to wait and see who he hires, and just see how he puts the staff together and who he keeps, who he brings in. I guess we have to find out and see who brings in. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to jump on the hardwood, talk about the Lady Bulldogs were in action tonight, and the men were in action last night. But we might want to skip over the men.
Were they?
Yeah, they were. But we're going to take this quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with more Maroon Maniacs.
Hey, guys. Let's talk about my first sponsor that's been with me since Jump, and that's Midtown Outfitters. If you're looking for the latest trendy Mississippi State gear, I highly suggest you go check out their store. If you can't make it into the Starkville area, check out their online store at midtownoutfitter.com. Tell them Jay Stubbs sent you.
All right, we're back with more Maroon Maniacs. Just had that quick commercial break with Midtown Outfitters. We were just talking about Mike Leach being hired as our new head football coach. And we're about to wind down the show now, jump on the hardwood, talk about the Lady Bulldogs. Stubbs, man, we were supposed to start at 7. Is you want to watch the game a little bit more reason why you want to start at 7:30?
No, actually, tonight was a date night.
Oh.
So opposite weeks that me and my girlfriend can't see each other, we use the Echo shows and we have date night where we cook together, and she cooks her meal and I cook my meal, and we sit there and eat in front of the camera and chat about our day. So,
man, that's awesome, man. Jen's gonna have to call in and talk football with us, man.
I tried to get her to call in tonight, but she's scared to call in. She doesn't like her voice.
So our Lady Bulldogs, that's my second favorite sport at Mississippi State, women's basketball. We blew out Missouri, avenging last year's loss at home, ending our record home winning streak, 79-64. Let's look at these stats. Let's see here. I know Rakia Jackson had a good game. She scored 21 points. Danbury had 18. Bibby had 13. Let's see. Visitor stats. Here we go. Let's see. And Promise Taylor had 8. Justin Carter, 4. Promise Taylor had 4. Justin Carter had 8. Mingo Young had 8. Taylor 4. Morris 2. Matthew only 1 point. So, this team is rounding into shape. You're going to have to defend more than one position. Last year, you knew you had to stop Big T to stop us. Now, we got weapons aplenty. Stubbs, what do you think about tonight's beatdown of Missouri?
Well, that's like I said before the season started. The only way this team's going to flow, unfortunately, is if it goes to Rakia Jackson. She is going to be the person that leads us to the promised land. Nothing against everybody else on the team that's a senior leader or sophomore leader or even Danbury. Rakia is a scorer. She is our new Victoria Vivians, and she's got to put the points up.
Well, she doesn't shoot the three. Yeah. She's not a three-point shooter.
Tonight we went 3 of 11 tonight from 3 line, so it wasn't like we were shooting off. But hey, we won by 15. It was actually, I think, worse than that.
Almost up by 30, so they came back a little bit.
Yeah, so we put our scrubs in. They kept their starters in, probably made it look a little better. But long as Chloe's in there and Rakia's in there and Danbury's doing what she's doing, it looks good. Now Jessica Carter's fallen off a little bit since the beginning of the season.
She's in foul trouble.
She's been putting up Tierra McCowan numbers before the season, early on in the season. Now she's kind of, I won't say disappear, but it's taken a back seat to everybody else right now, which might be a good thing. We are 15-2 right now, so I'm happy about that, and I'm happy where we're headed. So, what do you think?
I'm gonna let our guest give his opinion. What do you think about the women's basketball season so far?
Love it, but this is a season of transition for us. That's kind of where we are. And if we don't find the 3-point line, it's just going to be a decent run. But we don't have that right now. And again, the girl, and I cannot, Espinosa.
Andrea Hunter Espinosa.
We're not playing her. If we're not playing her, she's a legitimate 3-point threat. Bibby doesn't quite have the stroke back yet. I don't know. When we get in the grit and grind, and I'm not talking about Missouri or Florida, nothing against them, but when you get your A&Ms and your Arkansas, your South Carolinas, even your Kentuckys and your Tennessees, we're going to have to spread that defense out. And I'm a little scared of that right now.
I agree with you. I mean, we don't have the consistency from the perimeter that we've had in previous years. We just don't have it. But here's the thing. I feel like if you play good defense and take high percentage shots, you can potentially survive a team that can shoot the three. Oh, and make your free throw.
44% of our missed shots right now, we're getting the rebound on. Yeah. That's an impressive stat right there. 44% of the shots we miss, we get the rebound on. Right. That will win you ball games right there.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, so we're going to end the show talking about the men who are currently on a 2-game losing streak. We lost our SEC opener to Auburn 80-68. We did not score but 1 point more against Alabama, but we got blown out 90-69. J Stubbs, man, what you think about this loss to Alabama on the hardwood?
I'm eating it so bad this year. If you remember before the season started, I said this team was a Sweet 16 team. This was going to be one of our best teams we've ever seen in the last decade.
Really eat those words?
High on them. I said we wouldn't lose more than 8 games the entire season. Oh my God, I'm hurting so bad right now. Like it's almost embarrassing. That loss last night was flat out one of the most embarrassing losses I've seen in a long time. Alabama is in a transition year with a brand new coach. Uh-huh. They're 7-6 coming into that game. We're like 9-4.
He beat the hell out of us.
And we get blown out. Like the barn doors are blown off the hinges. And we lose by 20-some odd points to a transition team. It's embarrassing.
Very embarrassing.
Cohen might need to get that list out and start writing down names.
We need to bring Kermit home, man.
Oh,
get him from that swamp in Oxford and bring him home. I know he has to speak good of Ole Miss because they paying his bills, but we know Kermit. We know you're a Bulldog. Please come home and fix us. Our favorite point guard was back to his antics again. 4 of 16 from the field. 1 of 5 from 3-point range. Tyson Carter in 30 minutes, 9 points. We were led in this game by Nick Witherspoon, who I felt should have still be coming off the bench, but I'm not the coach. He did lead the team, 20 points, 7 of 14 from the field, but 60% from the free throw line. Robert Reuter and Reggie Perry both had 14 points apiece. An efficient 6 of 11 for Woodard and 5 of 11 for Reggie Perry. Guess what do you think about this loss to Alabama? And what do you think about our season so far?
2 things on that. One is we let Alabama get what they wanted in the post last night. That should never happen with the lineup we have right now. You shouldn't get nothing down there. They went down there and got what they wanted. They set it up, went straight to the block, and did what they wanted to do, and that is unacceptable with this team. Everyone wants to blame Nick, and I get it. Since Nick's come back, we haven't looked great. But that don't have nothing to do with the ball going down in the post and them getting what they want in the post. That should never happen. I'm hoping we're going to take a trip back through time to 1996 when we struggled in January to mid-February, and then the light switch went off. Because we lost 4 or 5 in a row in 96, the Final Four year.
Uh-huh.
And then the switch went off. We started playing defense, and Dante Jones became Dante Jones. I'm hoping that's what we're doing right now. But
who's going to beat Dante Jones?
Sad last night.
Who's going to beat
It's got to be Mr. Perry.
Who's going to beat Dan Pierre?
And Woodard. I think Woodward's got a chance to come out and shine a little bit more. I do.
I don't. I just think we're not playing team ball. Everybody's playing, I want the ball. I love me some me. We do lead, like the SEC, I think, in rebound, which is blows my mind on how that happens.
Does it? I mean, you've got Perry and Adu. How do you not lead the SEC in rebounds?
I don't know. It's just, I mean, they do keep putting the ball back up and back up. Like sometimes they get 2 or 3 rebounds on one shot.
Yeah, Adu is padding his stats for sure. Yeah,
really?
I mean, Adu's coming on.
Well,
Carter's disappeared the last 2 games.
I saw an interesting tweet from last year's point guard, Lamar Peters, saying, basically, ad-lib this, so the blame was on me. So is that a shot back at his old team or just the fans? Because Lamar Peters did take a lot of heat last year for the performance of the team that he's playing with the New York Knicks G League squad right now, having a pretty good season. You know, I hate to see a Bulldog leave on the bad terms, you know, because he's a Bulldog. He played for 3 seasons at Mississippi State, and he did a lot of good on the basketball court. So maybe we can mend fences. He can come home and get the glory that he deserves as being a former Mississippi State Bulldog, trying to reach the pinnacle of his craft, make it to the NBA. But up next is a game that I will be attending. The Bulldogs will travel to Baton Rouge to take on LSU January 11th at 7 p.m. I will be in the PMAC trying to cover that game. Try to definitely get some post-game comments from our head coach, Coach Holland. Hopefully we put on a better show than we did against Alabama. And the ladies, let me see who we have coming up with the ladies. Should have had that ready before we get out of here. All right, let me get this up. The ladies will also take on LSU January 16th in Starkville. So, you know, both teams, men and women, will be playing against the Tigers of LSU. Would love to win both of those games. The Lady Tigers of LSU have a very, very balanced squad. I think it's going to be a good game. I think we have the talent to beat the Lady Tigers, but they have a post player named Elena Mitchell. She is an inside-outside threat. So I will be in the house watching the men take on the Tigers in Baton Rouge, and the ladies on the 16th, Zeta Phi Beta Founders Day. The Lady Tigers will be visiting Starkville to take on Our Lady Bulldogs. So I want to thank everyone for calling in. This was our first live show. We have a high-power, offensive-minded coach. Before we get out of here, Stubbs, give your parting words.
Well, I appreciate, like you said, everybody calling in tonight for the live show. We're going to try this again maybe next week. Maybe try going at 7. I had to move my date night to another night because
no.
Everybody
date night comes first, bro.
Well, that way it gives us more time because, you know, Steve Robertson's on right now, so
yeah,
everybody's rolled out on us, and I like to watch Rose Bowl, and like I said, maybe we'll get him on maybe in a week or two to discuss some things. Maybe by the next week we will have our assistant coaches to play because Monday starts.
Signing day.
No, Monday is practice, not practicing, but like workouts. So yeah. Everybody's back in school. So, but I appreciate everything and thank you for calling in tonight. Hopefully we'll have some wins on the hardwoods. Could really use some positive stuff like that. I do want to say one thing. We were talking about how bad my predictions have been. 1 year ago today, I said Kylan Hill would lead the SEC in rushing and touchdowns for Mississippi State Bulldogs. That thing popped up on my news feed today, and I told Kylan, I said, at least I got something right.
Did he respond?
I think he's back next year.
He had responded the other day. He responded a year ago. I don't know if he's seen the knew it, or I commented back to him and said, hey, at least I got this one right.
Yeah. I hope Kylan comes back as well because